Yeah, the spider sword, exactly. Just no, people would just look at you and you just see this one guy with this giant, like long. It's like 3 meters, almost 3 meters long of a sword, just walking up a wall. Except you have to keep one hand like really like steady, because if you swing around too much, you might just like accidentally like slip and fall. I started the second season of Blood Blockade Battlefront, an anime. I forgot how bonkers that show is. It's been years since I watched the first season, and the second season was like, yeah, remember this? I'm like, oh yeah, this show is crazy. I forgot. Man, it literally, like, the style of it is so insane of the second season. But I love it. Like, literally the first 3 minutes is like so much shit happening at once. But it's just unhinged, and I love it. I love it for that. Like, it starts off with like our main protagonist just doing a pizza delivery, right? And because the city that they live in has like very like alien creatures also on it, it's New York. It's a different version of New York, but it has like alien creatures around there, and there's a lot of crime happening. You just see him like just making deliveries while fucking some monster is just shooting rockets out of his hand. It just flies past him. He's just nonchalant to just keep on driving. He's like, I don't need to pay attention to that. While in the background you can see people being abducted by some rainbow light. And then it's just hard cuts to him falling from the sky with like a liquid capsule on his head that has a little like ball creature in it. And he's freaking out, but he gets caught by one of his colleagues. And the colleague is just like mad at him for causing trouble, even though it's not even his fault. He just woke up in the sky all of a sudden. And then another guy crashes next to them, and his capsule breaks, and a little creature comes out, and he's just all like, and the guy goes like, oh, that's so cute, before the little creature just grows like 10 times in size and eats the guy. And then just throughout every TV in the city just tells like, yeah, you know, as I was cooking, I just created a new creature. You all have fun now. They grow in size the more they eat. You better. I'm gonna watch some BBC Earth. So by the time I'm finished with that, I hope you guys have this whole situation resolved. And then then we have a whole bunch of cool action where all the main characters say they attack them at the same time and then complain to each other that they said it at the same time. They're like, hey man, you ruined my moment to shine. That's good stuff. Vehicular laser pointer. And we got a bunch of short ones today. I'm not complaining, but it is odd. Spider safe. I read spider sword, so I almost read the object class as spider. Can you imagine? Safe. SCP-1872 is to be kept without batteries in a safe security locker. Once a day, this is to be checked for signs of tampering. Any testing done with SCP-1872 must be done in an indoor vehicle testing facility and only with approved vehicles. No personnel other than D-Class are to be present inside of the test range. Description: SCP-1872 is a green laser pointer devoid of any type of manufacturing mark or brand name. The light produced by SCP-1872 has a wavelength of 550 nm. Despite this, SCP-1872 appears to have a range of at least 1.5 kilometers. And here we have an accident caused by SCP-1872. That wheel is fucked, bro. What happened to those like laser pointers that people said do not point to the sky because you might like, you know, distract like an airplane? Like, wasn't that? Because I remember when I was in high school, there was like this whole discussion of like how dangerous laser pointers are, and there was some of them are like strong enough to go all the way to like upwards, which I assume was bullshit because like I haven't heard that ever since then again. But yeah, there was like some like news going around like, oh yeah, teenagers with laser pointers pointing to the sky, and an airplane flies by and and the laser just it hits the pilot directly in the eye. And I was like, first of all, what kind of super laser pointer do they have? Where did they get that from? Who sold that? If SCP-1872's light is directed onto any vehicle with a person inside of it, it will begin to actively pursue the light. Oh, we become the cats. Any operators will lose control, however, these vehicles are not being dragged by the light and will take evasive maneuvers to avoid obstacles. If the light isn't shut off, they will function autonomously until they break down or run out of fuel. If the light produced by SCP-1872 is still, vehicles will circle it until it begins to move again. SCP-1872 appears to affect a variety of transportation methods, including but not limited to aircraft, locomotives, automobiles, bicycles, skateboards, construction equipment, aquatic vessels, and spacecraft. Can you imagine your skateboard just decides to go somewhere by itself? You're just skating, there's suddenly a little green light, a little green dot on the floor, and the skateboard just like just drifts, and it's not even like in your control. There does not appear to be a limit to the number of vehicles SCP-1872 can affect at one time, with testing having shown it can affect at least up to 150 separate devices, including 37 automobiles, 5 aquatic vehicles, 4 helicopters, 12 bicycles, and 2 trains. The only vehicles so far not affected by SCP-1872 were SCP-1894, which we'll get to next weekend, and vehicles which have been affected by SCP-1727. 1727. Let's see which one that one is again. 1727. That be. Oh yeah, the vehicles that suddenly like. Yeah, they just suddenly get flung into like the houses because they touched water. Makes sense. However, if the subject utilizing SCP-1872 deactivates it before the vehicles that have been affected by it are incapacitated, they will begin to pursue the subject until SCP-1872 is reactivated. Vehicles that pursue the subject can determine their location at all times. If these vehicles catch up to the subject, they will immediately corner them and begin to approach slowly, blinking their headlights and revving their engines. What is the Stephen King story called again, with the car who like is sentient and the owner of the car like slowly falls in love with them, with the car. The owner will slowly fall in love with the car. And Christine, was it Chris? No, wait, Stephen King. Stephen King. Is it Christine? It is Christine, yes. That's what it was. But he also wrote another horror story about sentient trucks, so doesn't really matter which one I'm thinking about. Well, did he write a story? Wasn't that more like a movie only thing? But he just was in it. No, he made a movie. That was not based on a book. That was about sentient trucks. That's what it was. If these vehicles catch up the subject, they will immediately blinking. If the user does not activate SCP-1872 within 3 to 5 minutes of being approached, the vehicle will begin driving towards the user, circling them repeatedly. That's very like the. I think it's Maximum Overdrive, the movie that's called. This will continue until the user is either run over enough times to perish, or to reactivate SCP-1872. Death of the user will instantly render any vehicles affected by SCP-1872 mechanically irreparable. Irreparable. SCP-1872 was recovered from Florida after several people on the bridge above a highway used it to create traffic accidents that caused 14 casualties, including the injury of several Foundation agents. I think that's maybe more correct what I talked about with the laser pointer. Instead of airplanes, they're just pointing at people in cars, and they of course got in accidents because it was just right in the eye. Due to the agent's reports of SCP-1872 effects on the vehicles, SCP-1872 were contained within 24 hours of the incident. The persons who were found with SCP-1872 were killed during recovery operations. SCP-1872 was classified as safe as of 2009. Despite no other connections, SCP-1872 has remarkably similar effects to SCP-3104 and SCP-555, although in a far more directed and controllable manner. Further research into these anomalies may provide insight into how SCP-1872 functions. I do like that the cars just become cats. You activate that laser pointer, please. I need to catch it. Speaking of laser pointers and hitting the eye, another thing that's like crazy is that one flashlight that's like so bright that if you activate it, like the surrounding area is literally looks like daytime. It came back in an instant. Like Markiplier has one of those flashlights, and he showed how it looked like. And I saw another video of how that looks like, and I just want to ask, why does it exist? When do you ever need a flashlight that so powerful? I guess if you're in a tunnel, right? If you're in a tunnel, you probably need a flashlight that just makes the whole tunnel look like it's day in there. But other than that, like, what else do you need it for? Because you're not going, like, you're not going to use it at home. Oh man, I can't find my light switch. Let me get my flashlight. Which, by the way, the flashlight is massive too. It's like this fucking this big. So you just like, you know what I mean? Like how. Like it's just messed up. Like Mark had to like show off the flashlight. He tested it in his room, but it said like he had to put shades on because like it did say you could get blind from that. Like, let me show. Like let me see if I can find it. Like yeah, like this. Is that a TikTok from him? Because if that's his.
Some of you wanted to know what.
Yes, here. Okay, let me show you. Let me show you Nuke. Let me show you right now.
Looked like outside and at night. This is the 100,000 lumen flashlight from my video today, which if you didn't see, we have a problem. But it is now night and we are now outside, so this is what it can do. Oh my god. And turbo. Ooh, it makes the sky blue. That's a problem. That's a problem.
I love how he points to the sky and he says, it makes the sky blue. And that's a problem. So he was literally able to just see past the night with that flashlight. Now, of course, on camera, we might not see it like that at all, but from his perspective, it looked like night just did not exist in that little vicinity, which is, again, it's crazy that such a flashlight exists. Like, why would you need that?